What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. Stay tuned for the end of the video for a very special message for your fellow Paisano V. Big Papi Paisano. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, comment down below, share the video, and yeah, comment for algorithm. I know I said it twice, but who cares? Hit the little notification bell when I do my live streams on here on YouTube. And yeah, comment question of the day. It's a good comment question. Let's make this one interesting, Paisanos. We'll go with, if you could pick one YouTuber you don't like, why? That's it. Pick one YouTuber. It could be a YouTuber, by the way. It could be a very fellow Paisano, and why you don't like him. I know communities like to spread only with positivity, but I don't know. Something about today makes me want to change it up a little bit. Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare, by the way, keeps changing up. The Ghost Rare version coming out of Dual Genesis with a $275 market price. Well, the first gen version is roughly around $800. After that one's gone, $1,200 for Ghost Rare Stardust Dragon. 5 years ago, this card was $75. I should know, because that's what I bought it for. $75 for a let you play first gen version of Stardust Dragon Ghost. There is tons of value within the market, tons of time to even invest into the market. These cards are not slowing down, but I always feel like there are some people out there that look at the market and think it's a blank check as far as investment. That's not necessarily the case. Even Black Lotus, arguably the most expensive card in, well, you know, playing trading card games, has a cap on it. It's an insanely high cap, but nevertheless, it does have a cap. And the reason why it's like this, because card prices are so crazy, because these are the prices in which people would pay for these cards. You know, if a brand new Maserati, nobody wanted it, it'd be worthless. It'd be $1. But the reason why it's one of the most next sort of cars means it has a high price point. Well, same thing with cards. The value in the market is not a blank check. And I feel like people really get confused when I see that. They see on eBay a box of like whatever set, first edition, and they'll say one person bought that box for $2,000, ergo the box is $2,000. No, that's not how that works, okay? It's what people would pay for a price for things, not a person. And even though looking at TCG Play, we are looking at something like Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare being roughly around $100. If this, $800, if this $800 one would sell, the new price point would be $1,200. But it's only because the last price, $800, is what someone actually decided to pay for that. But once again, someone can easily come on here and see $11.99 and just say $11.98. And there's something I think a lot of people kind of forget about the market. The market does have a huge ceiling in the Yu-Gi-Oh market, and it always does get bigger. I will agree with anyone that says that. But it doesn't always maintain a stagnant price point, and it doesn't always maintain a price point bigger than what it is. Something really, I think a lot of Paisanos, a lot of people just don't understand, for the most part. Looking at Justice Impact, though, we don't know the ceiling of this set, because the set hasn't even started to rise in its ceilings. I mean, when Justice Impact first came out, the Collector's Rares were, well, they were atrociously dirt cheap. I'm talking like cheap all around. And I'll be honest with you, I even though I'm not crazy about Collector's Rares, your boy V did go in. Your fellow Paisano walked in, and I bought myself a Nightmare Phoenix Collector's Rares, a Nightmare Unicorn Collector's Rares, 2 Dytrons Collector's Rares, Draconids Collector's Rares, and a Quadrantid. Yeah, I picked up all that. I literally picked up all that. I'm waiting for it to come to me. Some of it's already arrived. Yeah, because these cards are insanely low, and knowing the fact that, well, first of all, Justice Impact, we don't know if there's going to be a second unlimited set coming out. We don't know. Number one. Number two, we don't know if these cards are going to be maintaining the value they are. By the way, the answer is they're not. And that was a question that we could have been asking a day ago, 2 days ago. Look at Justice Impact, a lot of these cards, well, a lot of these cards are rising in the market, and they're not rising by like $20 or $30. Not like a card, like an old card that has like hyper potential. No. They're rising because the amount of quantities, the amount of listings are diminishing. If there's less people, if there's less listings, means people are buying into them. If there's people buying into them, even though the market's going to be competitive to give you the lowest price point, the value is still going to be high. And this is what we're seeing with a lot of these cards out of Justice Impact. Now, can Justice Impact have the same value as Toon Chaos Collector's Rares? Absolutely not. I don't know that's gonna, I'm almost positive that's not gonna happen. But there is still value in this set. There's still value in these Collector's Rares. They are, for a reason, Collector's Rares. Now, yes, they're meant for collectors, and obviously Konami really, really screwed the pooch on that, but there's still good value in here. And I really do think a lot of people that are looking at just Impact and seeing the fact that the most expensive regular secret rare at a Genesis Impact is, where's that bad boy? Jesus, is there, what? Oh, Dryden Nova, and well, Dryden Nova is the most expensive Ultra, actually. It's higher even than Secret Rares. Get wrecked. But looking at Dryden Nova, which used to be like 50, almost $60 at one point, the value starting to go down a little bit, roughly around $41. But it's still like, this is the most expensive card at a Genesis Impact. And then you turn around and you look at Collector's Rares, and it's slowly rising. Well, why is that? Well, because Dryden Nova didn't come out with a Collector's Rares. Luckily, it came out with a regular version, but it's still valuable. But as people pull away from Drytens, maybe there's other value. Obviously, Nightmare Phoenix, the Unicorn, are the first cards to come to mind. Could be Alistair and the Invoker of Madness, or even could be Beat Cop from the Underwear Collector's Rares. But ultimately, if people are pulling away from Drytens, maybe they might be looking into Evil Twins, and that might have potential value as well. So don't count these out. And I really do want to say that to you guys. Even, I'm sorry, also even Matches as well, which I think has huge potential. Told about Market Watch yesterday. Then we got Winged Dragon and Ra, Ghost Rare, coming out Legendary Duelist Rachel Ra. I remember last time I talked about this card, I was like, I'm not talking about this card. When it was like 300, I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about the card till it's 250. Card at 250, I go, look at this, it's 250. All right, now the new price point with $195 market price of the card. Yeah, now that new price point is down to $160 for a Ghost Rare Winged Dragon of Ra, which is a collector's card. So it's a double whammy. Why is this card so low, you might ask? Well, let's be honest. Who wants this card? Casuals, not really. Competitive players definitely don't. Collectors do. And how much do they want? 1, 3? Collectors don't really care about playsets as much as I think a lot of you players understand. Don't get me wrong, at times they do care about playsets, and they have the opportunity to get a card at a playset, they will. But for the most part, they just want the card. One of it. Looking at Winged Dragon Rock Ghost Rare, seeing it, you know, being for whatever it is. Anytime people open it afterwards, they're only, let's say you pull this card today. Your competition for this card as far as within the market are the people who will pull this card, and then you take that amount of people who pull those cards, or even people who own those cards, and then you go, okay, because only the collector's market wants this, how much of a demand is in the collector's market? Well, the immediate demand was obviously there for those who did sell the card at $400. But after that, the card just kept going lower and lower and lower because the collectors are like, no, we had our fill already. Okay, looking at casuals, they're like, bro, I play casual because of these cards are worth money. And competitive players, you don't want that. Next, guys, Down Magician. You know it's bad when the gold rare version of a card is worth money. That's when you know the market is unsustainable, or the market is in a weird kind of fluctuation within this price point. Down Magician Premium Gold Return the Bling with a $4 market price is roughly around $9. Now that's a lot. That's a lot for that card. Premium Gold Return the Bling is an atrocious set. The value in gold rare sets. Can we just say, I'm just gonna hit the pause button, okay? Can we just all agree that Gold Rare has bad value now? Because I would still get every now and then random paisanos going, V, you're wrong. The new Maximum Gold is tons of value. So we're gonna take a little hold on. We're gonna take a little trip to where is it? Is Maximum Gold even here? We'll look at that in a second, but actually no, let's look at it now. We'll look at the value city. The most valuable card in Maximum Gold is collector's card, which is Blizzard Dragon. As looking at the Winged Dragon of Ra, we can tell this might ultimately go down in value. Many collectors are done with this. After this, the next collector's card is Infinite Permits. It's $20. Now, I do believe this card has potential to rise with value, but then again, this card can get tanked and wrecked. It could be was to release, let's say, a structure deck with infinite permits in it to help promote that structure deck. They've done it in the past, they'll do it again. Then we look at Aspros from Joyous Spring being roughly around $13, and you're like, wow, that's worth a lot of money. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, how much is a box of Maximum Gold? Oh, a lot of money? Of course it is. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this value within the secondary market of Maximum Gold is atrocious. Now, and whenever you see something that's actually worth anything kind of money, and you have to analyze it. Why is it worth money? What market does it adhere to? And will it maintain being a lot of money? In Maximum Gold, I'm not going to say there's no money always going to be in here. Just like how we're looking at, where it's Down Magician at a Premium Gold Return of Bling. There's always sporadic money in here, but that's exactly what it is. It's sporadic. It's not going to stabilize. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be here today, more than likely gone tomorrow. Down Magician listings being roughly around $8. It's not going to maintain being $8. It's going to be going lower in the market. I know something's already, but, you know, subscribe to the goddamn channel, okay? hit the goddamn subscribe button. Looking at a 2014 Dino Magician with a 2014 Mega 10 Mega Pack. The value of the card, well, that's roughly around 10 to 11, actually no, I'm sorry, $11 for shipping for the 2014 Secret Rare Dino Magician. And if you want the original print OG Dino Magician coming out Legacy of Valiant with a $6 market price, the value is $19 to almost $20. Survey says the most expensive version of the card. Now, don't get me wrong. By the way, even though I just took a huge, tremendous deuce on a Maximum Gold, I will say I do love reprint sets, even Maximum Gold, because it gives the opportunity for players that don't have a lot of money to go ahead and buy these cards and get these cards. And I like that a lot. I'll be honest with you, I own 2 L of the Golden Lord, Golden Boys, and what are they, $7? Even though when they first released they were 18, whatever. You know, market loss, who cares? And it's still a lot better than buying the $40 Secret Rare version. So I do own gold rare cards as well. I just prefer the Retro Print Secret Rares because why not have the best? I don't understand the mentality of people wanting to have low rarity. I just, for the life of me, it's like, hey man, there's a nice Model X Tesla out there with the Lamborghini doors. No, I don't want that. I got this bicycle on one wheel, even though it has a frame for another one, and I'm gonna wheelie it to the gas station to get me cigarettes. What are you doing with your life? Why? Why would you say such stupid things? Hey, there's 4 models out there. They want to have an orgy. Oh, that's great. I'm just gonna go home and fap off to pictures of my animal. Why would you say stupid things like that? Like, are you kidding me? Stop it. Like, stop. Dude, I look at those people and I go, you don't exist. Like I'm mentally, my brain can't. It's like you're a unicorn. You're not even here. You're like in fictional land. Nobody wants low rarity, crappy, ugly looking cards. The only reason they do that is for justification because they don't either A, have the ability to buy those cards, or B, don't want to spend that kind of money. And those are two things I can both 100% agree with you guys on. We've all been there. But to sit there and go, no, I totally prefer L of the Golden Lord, the gold version, over their secret rare version. Hey man, hop on the bike, go get me cigarettes in the store. Like, you just really, no, don't take the Tesla. You like the bike because you're okay. I just don't understand it. I know I just had a brain meltdown in front of you, and normally this is the part where I would like redo my video. But if you've been watching your boy V for a while, you know I don't do redos. I hit record, I talk, I stop recording. I really one day I will edit. That day is not today. Nibiru, the primal being Ultimate Rare coming out of OTS 20 Pack 14 with an $88 market price is $104 for Nibiru. Listen, I don't know what happened. I don't know who hurt you guys playing Nibiru, what they did to you. Show me on the vitamin water where they touched you. But what I will say is, why? Don't get me wrong, this card's pretty decent against Virtual World. It's decent against Virtual World. But if you're playing a side deck in this current meta, you want to play things that are give you the best result of winning against a deck. Nibiru is decent against like a deck, but not good. Especially if they have like loud, they'll be like, oh, I'll just do loud. Thanks for talking, by the way, and then proceed to murder your face in. Yeah, I'm not crazy about this card in the meta right now, and I can't justify saying, yeah, it's no big deal spending $104 on this card. Like, excuse me, it just doesn't make any sense. If you're playing Golden Nibiru, I agree with you. I actually 100% agree with you playing Golden Nibiru, because you don't want to spend this kind of crazy high money. But then again, I disagree with the fact that you're playing with a card that I don't think is decent enough in the meta. Like, it's not that good of a card. It does nothing against Dryden, and every other deck in the meta, for the most part, is a mid-range deck. And Nibiru, for the most part, does nothing against those mid-range decks besides hangs in your hand. Magician's Soul is a phenomenal card, and I thought it was going to go a lot more high than what it currently is. The card has a printing coming out of Legendary Duelist Magical Hero with an $80 market price. Magician's Souls, well, 81 to 84. I mean, it's still not bad value-wise. Definitely needs a reprint, but I'm shocked why any build that's running like Elric is not playing this card. It's still a great card. It's a great card to facilitate your plays. It's a great card to help you extend deeper into your deck more than what you normally would extend in, and I kind of like it, and that says a lot. So I don't know, maybe it's still potential for Magician's Souls, but right now the card is expensive, and those who do own copies of it are the only ones who are lucky enough to play test with it. Unless you're playing an online Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and one of their little online simulators, then you can play with it, and sure. Soul Servant at Legendary Duelist Magical Hero is also worth money, and it keeps going up. This card was like $6, $7 last time I talked about it, and even then I was like, why is it even worth that much money? Soul Servant, with a $12 market price, is roughly around $13. $13 for Soul Servant. Okay, collectors. Trial and Tribulation is a great card that has sporadic value in the future and never really sees any kind of actual play because the card isn't that good. I think we can all kind of agree with that. But this card added Galactic Overlord right now, Secret Rare, only printing in Galactic Overlord with a $250 market price. Well, it's roughly around $2 for the Unlimited, 3 with shipping, and $4 for first edition versions of the card. The card gets crazy hype from out of nowhere, goes up in value, people sell a lot of them, and it goes back down in value. And I just want to say right now, if you are that kind of person, now's probably the time you want to buy this card, because let's be real, it's probably going to stabilize around this price point before it has its next spike, and which is probably more than likely he's going to be doing nothing in the meta. I talked about Black Soldier Chaos yesterday, and I remember going like, wow, look at this card, it's like 80 or 90 bucks. Yeah, no, the card keeps going higher in the market. Black Soldier Chaos with an $85 market price is roughly around $105. Realistically, 110, because that's every time I see those like real sellers, and these are like new guys, and that guy has bad seller ratings. Well, not, whatever. $110 for a Black Soldier Chaos, and to be honest with you, that's not worth it. I don't know what deck plays this card, but this card is really good. And I've been saying it forever. Never sell. If you hit me on my live stream and go, V, do I sell? I would still say, don't sell this card because this card is broken. Now, with that said, you just heard me say that. You just heard me say all that good stuff. Why is this card worth $110? One. Number two, why is this card not being reprinted? And number three, why is it the fact that I should have bought more of these when I knew that it was going to go up in value? I did that a lot too. Like, I'll be like, oh, you should buy this card. I own like one copy. I'm like, oh, that's more than I need. And then like the card goes up insanely high in value, and I'm like, I could have made more money. Anyway, next, Blackwings. There's nothing really for me to sell you on Blackwings other than the fact that you should own Blackwings. I love Blackwings. I'm super biased. I own 3 deck cores of Blackwings in different rarities because I love Blackwings. Now, we see Konami printing a bunch of old, like, decks of core supports, and for the most part, like, decks go up in value because of the hype, and then for it's like, I'm gonna say it's like 60-40, maybe 70-30 that the deck doesn't see play, but the hype still maintains good value within the market. Look at Gladiator Beasts for a great example. But looking at Blackwings is always a fan favorite, and it'd be cool to see Konami actually made more support for Blackwings. They still have Insanity broken Blackwing traps, like Black Whirlwind. Well, Icarus Attack, even though it's not meant for Blackwings, it's really broken. And there's another third one whose name was Delta Crow Anti-Reverse. Like, Blackwings just have a lot of good cards. Not to mention Blackwing Vayu, the Emblem of Honor, used to be like the money card. And looking at the card right now, you can get the card right now for about, what, unlimited, 15 bucks. You want a first edition version, you're looking to start paying around $40. $40 for a card in a deck that does 0. But I will say it looks goddamn good if you own a Blackwing Vayu Armor Ultimate Rare. Vayu Emblem of Honor. Ultimate Rare. The card, it just looks amazing. Like, these are the ultis you look at, and then you look at the ulti terraforming and go, what have you done, Konami? Like, what have you done to make, like, this piece of this Mona Lisa, and then you make this finger paint? Like, what are you doing, Konami? Wake up. Hire this person back. Give them whatever they ask for. I don't care what they ask for. Money. Your wife, give it to them. Give it to them and give them your wife's sister this beautiful Ultimate Rare of rarity. This version looks absolutely gorgeous. Ultimate Geki looks like a joke and a bad one at that. Ulti Terraforming looks like some kid trying to make a fake version of a real Ultimate Rare Terraforming. It just looks bad. But then when you look at these old ultis, you're like, they did used to do it good. They also, like, Assault Blackwing Rikiri the Rain Shower. It has, like, this weird ulti bordering, and I don't know what, but I love the crap out of that. And now when Konami does it, they make it look like Collector's Rare Anyway, I can literally just babble about ultis for hours, because it's my favorite rarity in the game. Silent Mining at Dark Neostorm, a secret rare with an $8 mark price. It's actually stabilized roughly around near $8. Slowly starts going up around $9, by the way, once a couple of them do sell. I just want to say the Silent Mining is a phenomenal card. I really do think a lot of people that are looking at something like maybe anything Cybers might want to consider getting the original print Silent Minings, especially when you look around and you see the other versions of Silent Mining, one being super rare and one being ultra rare. For an extra $6 on the copy, you can get an actual secret rare original print first edition version of Silent Mining. It's a phenomenal card. I think a lot of people just underestimate the fact that this card is insanely good, and the fact that decks might, Konami might make a good deck again, and somehow that deck might be Cybers. And if it is, we have a Rota for it, an actual Rota. I mean, you got the discard card, but whatever. Like, we're in the meta, like, the meta is so weird right now where, like, pitching cards isn't always bad. Something that Ultimate Rare is one of those cards that don't see play. When it doesn't see play, hair in my mouth. When it doesn't see play, the value system down. When it doesn't see play, the value system down, goes down. Get it? See what I did there? If I edited this, my videos would be so good. Listen, System Down Ultra Rare coming out Cybernetic Revolution with a $21 market price is actually, well, the limits are roughly around 30, and the first gen versions are 35 to almost $40. And you might go, V, that's a lot of money for System Down. No, that is dirt cheap. Listen, we can all agree that machines will one day be our overlords and be a tier 1 deck and one of the best decks in the meta. I think we can all make that agreement. So, with that agreement, can we also agree the fact that this card, System Down, would see play because it is an infinitely better version of, well, let's see, Rigeki, Dark Hole, even Lightning Storm. This card's insanely broken. I don't understand, like, maybe if you don't have Panels and Light Points, it'll be better. Like, the card's insane. System Down right now, coming out Cybernetic Revolution, being roughly around $40 a copy, is actually dirt cheap in price points because nobody's looking at it right now. Nobody wants a card because machines. Why would you? Machines what? And I guess Drytons, but not really. And this card is absolutely insane. And I do think that System Down definitely has potential to become a good meta card in the future of this game. It could be the near future. It could be the long future. I don't care. The only thing I care about is the fact that this card is going to be going up higher in the market. And even though I did say before, like I always say about the cards and whatever, I'm looking to get my playset like really soon at this card because I really do think it is. Parallel Exceeds a Cyrus monster that you can search out. Isn't that crazy? Also, this card at an OTS One Pack 14 with a $8 market price is roughly around $8. Wow. I mean, look at OTS One Pack 14 for like value wise. Let's give it a quick look. Nibiru makes that's psycho value. Super Poly undervalued. Toon Kingdom heavily undervalued. Parallel Exceed overvalued. A Pointer Red Lotus, not for nothing. This card's really good. Actually, I think I'm missing one more for my collection. I need to pick one up. And they got like random other cards that are worth roughly around $1 or less. Summer Limit coming out of Battle Legends Heroes Revenge with a $6 market price is actually roughly around $6, almost near $7. This card is really good. Imagine going first and playing any kind of mid-range deck in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Any mid-range deck, and then playing against like Virtual World or Drytons. You win game 1 because of one trap card. No, don't get me wrong. If you're playing against Virtual World, they can play one of those like double name cards, and they're like, "Ah, my card blinks your card out." All right, Chain Summer Limit. Here's another one. Or how about, that's pretty good. I'm gonna pop out Conquistador, and then you just win. Like, there's nothing they could do. They look at a hand after shuffling it a zillion times and go pass turn in a lonely, lowered, defeated voice, and then you continue to play mid range because that's what your deck does and does really well. So I think Summer Limit's a phenomenal card, and I do think that a lot of players are starting to play this card in preparation to battle, well, the current meta we are in right now. 5 Formation Tanky Ultimate Rare coming out of Ash Pack 3 at a $120 market price. You'd be happy to know it went down $5. It's $115. And after that, by the way, it goes back up to $120 for 5 Formation Tanky Ultimate Rare. Here's the crazy part. I own this card, a playset this card. I know a lot of players do. I want to sell it. I bought this card for $20 each. I want to sell it. The problem is, it's really nice. And the card does see some kind of play. And as I mentioned in yesterday's Market Watch video, Infinite Negate combo is a real thing in this game that's not getting respected. And when something in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's really broken doesn't get respected, it quickly becomes respected. Like, quickly. It's kind of like that midget guy you look in the corner, you're like, whatever, he's whatever. But he's like a judo master, and when you go like push him, he does the thing when he grabs your hand, and he twists your wrist, and he pushes your face against the wall. He does that to you. And everyone's looking like, oh, Infinite Negate is good. That's literally what that guy is. That's literally what that is. Anyway, look at 5 Formation Tanky. Obviously, you can play it in the deck. And Max Rarity Infinite Negate. Woo! I mean, it's getting hit with a kid that drops Infinite Negate on you. But then it's getting hit with a kid that has, like, the highest Rarity Infinite Negate. It's like, this guy's... Dude. Like, style, bro. Style points. Any pods downs. I really appreciate you guys watching my Market Watch videos. Oh! Hot take. So I know I asked a common question what YouTuber you guys don't, YouTuber I really specifically said you don't like. I said YouTuber. But what we're going to see down below, instead of like Logan Paul or Jake Paul, whatever, we'll see people mentioning YouTubers. It's kind of weird. I just want a little fun fact. Number 1. Number 2, I just want to say, I know people get upset about when I do my short videos, when I do my long videos. V, I like your longer videos, V, I like your short videos. How about this? We'll do this. I'll do the video exactly how I want to do it. I'm going to call it a day. If I wake up one day and I want to do a short video, I'll do a short video. If I wake up one day and I want to do a long video, I'll do a long video, but I'll do the videos. I think that's a very fair comparison, Paisanos. And if people get upset about it, well, I have my Paisanos in the comments down below to tell them to shut the fuck up. Demonetized. It's your boy V and you Paisanos. You Paisanos have a great day.